Getty. Diego Costa could learn a thing or two from Jody Ounsley. Costa is currently AWOL in Brazil, moaning that he can't get what he wants and has spent the past few weeks acting like a kid who had his football taken off him. He reckons he is being treated like a criminal by the champions, who in turn keep fining him for staying away. My advice to Costa and all those other millionaire footballers who are feeling hard done by with the end of the transfer window approaching is to read Ounsley's inspirational story. The 16-year-old has refused to mope about the hand life has dealt her, even though she has plenty of reason to. Instead, she has made things happen for herself through a positive outlook on the world. Diego Costa has said that he's been told to find a new club, but where could the Chelsea striker be playing next season? Getty. Diego Costa transfer odds. Where will Chelsea star play next season? Born prematurely, Ounsley spent months in hospital battling to survive, with the antibiotics used to treat her causing profound deafness in both ears. She was fitted with a cochlear implant, a bionic ear, when she was just 14 months old to help her learn to hear and speak. But there wasn't a chance in hell she would let any of that stop her from becoming a high achiever, a sporting pioneer and a role model to all those who fear that having disabilities can be a burden. Dad Phil said we first recognized her potential when she was about 3 years old. She had seen her dad training for a quirky Yorkshire event, the World Coal Carrying Championships. Jody picked up a sack of carrots, threw it on her back and started running around the kitchen table. Related articles. We thought she'd do it once and stop, but she kept going and going, getting faster and faster. We were quite shocked at how determined she was to keep going so fast for so long. I knew then that she was going to be sporty. From Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, she is a gold medalist and other martial arts, to competitive running with Huddersfield's Langwood Harriers. This was just the start. She has also competed in the World Coal Carrying Championships, winning the junior title 4 times, and took up rugby union when she was 14. Within the space of 2 seasons she has gone on to represent Yorkshire, the north of England, at 15-a-side and sevens, and is now on the cusp of being called into the England under-18 squad. She returned from Turkey, where she had been competing in the Deaflympics as a top 10 rated 200 meters runner, and went straight from Heathrow to a 4-day England trial in a bid to impress the selectors. Getty. Diego Costa is refusing to return to Chelsea after his fallout with boss Antonio Conte next month. She will leave home to live at Loughborough, where she will train with other elite girls as a professional athlete, fitting in her studies for a B.Tech in sport around her training. She gets her GCSE results this Thursday. Put simply, she is a whirlwind of wonder, the perfect example to all of us, with or without a supposed impairment, of how to live life to the full and what can be achieved with the right attitude. She admits being deaf has been her motivation to succeed, and her ultimate ambition is to compete in the Olympics and World Cup as a professional rugby star. It would take a brave man to bet against her achieving her goal. Ounsley, from Dewsbury, West Yorkshire, whose sporting hero is Usain Bolt, said being deaf has its challenges, but I've managed to work around them and not let them bother me. I think it has made me more determined to succeed in sport because I want to try and make a point that deaf people or anyone with a disability can achieve great things just as well as hearing people. I just see myself as a ordinary deaf girl. However, I've been overwhelmed by all the support everyone has given me. Now I hope at least I can inspire other deaf people to not be afraid to follow their dreams. This Saturday's a duel between Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor has been billed as one of the sporting occasions of 2017, but it will be nothing more than another freak show in Las Vegas. The event will serve one purpose: to boost the bank balances of two blokes obsessed with two things: cash and their own egos. Here's what will happen. Mayweather will fail to knock McGregor out, like he did with most of his opponents before retiring, then go on to lose. He will then beat the Irishman in a rematch to set up a decider and a third, gigantic payday for him and his opponent. It all seems so contrived and reminiscent of the wrestling that used to take place on Saturday afternoons. Alistair Cook must be one of the most underappreciated sportsmen we've ever had. Getty Alistair Cook is one of the most underappreciated British sportsmen we've had. There have been more flamboyant and naturally gifted batsmen than Cook down the years, but there hasn't been a better one in the history of English cricket. The statistics prove it. His flawless double hundred at Edgbaston against West Indies was his 31st Test century, and no one has scored more runs in Test cricket for England than him. Standing down as captain in February could prove to be the best decision he ever made. When he decides to pack in the game he loves and the years roll on, we will look back and realize how gifted he was. But we should appreciate how special he is now and relish watching what remains of his international career, because we might not see his like again for a long while. Whatever happens between now and the end of 2017, the Coach of the Year award should go to Daryl Powell. The job Powell has done at Castleford Tigers this season is nothing short of remarkable. The club have won the Super League Leaders' Shield with 4 games to spare on one of the smallest budgets in rugby league. Powell's team produce a thrilling brand of rugby too, and I hope his achievements are recognised, despite the fact rugby league is still considered a lesser sport anywhere south of Sheffield. Related articles.